So this question says the side lengths of right triangle RST. So let's draw RST. R, S, and T are given. Triangle RST is similar to triangle UVW. Okay, let's draw triangle UVW. U, V, W. These are right triangles. Where S corresponds to V. Yep, those are both the right angles. And T corresponds to W. Yep, those are both the right bottom corner. What is the value of tan W? Okay, so before I move on, how did I even know to label this triangle in the way that I did? Well, I peeped out the values here. I saw that 584 was the largest number. If I'm dealing with a right triangle, that means my hypotenuse must be the largest number. So that's how I know that this has to be my 584. So I'm going to label the rest of these sides with the other information provided. So ST was 384 and RS is 440. Second thing is we're told these two triangles are similar. In order for two triangles to be similar, that means they share or have congruent corresponding angles. So R is congruent to U. We already know that S and V are congruent because they're both right angles. But T is going to be congruent to W. So that's good to know. All right, so second of all, the side lengths are proportional, which means this side length is going to be 440 times some value, which I'll call X. This side length is going to be 584 times some value, which I'll call X. And 384, right, times that exact same value, X. So what's the question asking for? The tangent of W. Well, tan should remind you of this acronym SOHCAHTOA, where the TOA portion here tells us that the tangent of an angle, let's call it tan W, is equal to the O, the opposite side of that angle, over the A, the adjacent side of that angle. So for W, the opposite side is this 440x. So that becomes my numerator. The adjacent side is this 384x. So that becomes my denominator. Obviously, the x's can cancel out. So really all I have here is that tan W equals 440 divided by 384. So looking at my answer choices, we can see that we had to simplify this 440 over 384. So let's do that. So I'm going to jump to my calculator and just start cutting things in half, to be honest. So if I divide both sides by, or if I divide both top and bottom by 2, I have 220 over, let's do 384 divided by 2, 192. I can do that again. I'd have 110. 192 divided by 2 is 96. I can do that again. I'd have 55. And 96 divided by 2 is 48. And that answer I do see. That's choice D. Okay, so there's our answer. Hopefully this all makes sense of how similar triangles have proportional side lengths, and that's why I just put an X on those exact same numbers. And also how I knew to put the 584 here versus elsewhere, because that's the longest side of a right triangle, so it has to be the hypotenuse. So any questions that you may have, just throw them in the comments.